Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. Dragonfall, not Returns. Dragonfall. I've had to say that like a mantra in my head ever since messing up the intro from the last episode. But that's okay. We're back here in the safe house today. We just got done with Das Kesselhaus, and got a new member of our team, Blitz, and we got ourselves an old DVD. We're about to talk to Paul and see if he can shed any light on this. We found the DVD near Green Winter's mangled body. He died the same way Jessica did. Before that, though, we are going to go ahead and spend some karma. We have 10 karma to spend. And I'm thinking I want to level this Wretch here similar to how Dralgoth was leveled. We basically want everything to be even in his specialties. So I think we'll go ESP Control 3. Or up to 4. So decking and ESP control are up to the same. And we have 6 karma left. Let's... Oh! Rifle and dodge. Perfect. That's all of our karma spent. I like it. We got quite a few new yen also. 2,380. We'll definitely be spending it during this episode, hopefully. In the meantime, let's talk to Paul. Amsel's expression is harder than you've seen it before. When he speaks, his voice is grim. Igra's told me of Green Winter's death. She said that he died in the same manner that Monica did. Well, it wasn't a pretty sight. Amsel nods gravely. I know that you and Igra have had your differences. I will tell you that she was badly shaken by the sight of Winter's body. She also mentioned that you found something in Winter's safe, a package of very old discs. May I see them? I'll hand over the discs. Good God. Gingerly, Amsel lifts a disc from the bundle and holds it up to the light. Slowly, he begins to turn it in his hand, causing rainbow patterns to shimmer across its surface. I haven't seen one of these since I was a boy. This is a DVD/RW, a data storage medium from the mid-2000s. I'm amazed that Winters was able to find a device that could play it. Do you know how we can read these things? I do. He puts down the DVD in his hands and quickly inspects the others. The first disc that I looked at might be readable. The others are damaged, some severely so. I have my doubts about them. For now, let's concentrate on the undamaged disc. There's a little shop outside, the Data Haven. Talk to the proprietor, Mallet Holier. She might be able to help. Tell her to put the cost on the device on my account. Oh, that's the one who sells all the decking stuff, I think. I'm on it. Cool. Well, we'll talk to Mallet, but first let's talk to the rest of the team. We got Dietrich here, cooking in the kitchen. Hey, boss. Dietrich gives you a slight nod. What can I do for you? Let's just go down the line here. How are you holding up? You seem to take Monica's death harder than the others did. Dietrich shakes his head, a wistful expression on his face. Nah, no harder, but I'm less buttoned up than the others are. Igra never let herself show any weakness, and Glory, well, she's too full of chrome to feel much of anything. He shrugs. Me? I don't give a damn. I've spent too much of my life putting on a show for others already. What do you mean by that? I used to front a punk band way back when. Believe it or not, I've spent a good chunk of my life on stage. Hey, kinda looks it, doesn't he? Whenever we weren't playing, I was living up to our fans' expectations. Spouting off, getting into fights, getting drunk, getting laid. Not a bad life, all things considered. Wait a second. You can sing? He regards you with a critical eye. I was the front man of a punk band, boss. Hell no, I can't sing. He grins, but I wasn't half bad at riling up a crowd, which is what punk singers do. Well, what was your band called? Maybe I've heard of it. Oh, I doubt it, boss. You never really got it. We never really got any airplay. Since when did airplay have anything to do with good music? Amen. Fair point, boss. Alright, I'll tell you. The band was called Messerkampf, spelled just like it sounds, in big capital letters with an exclamation point. We weren't a big act or anything. We sold a few records here and there, turned around Europe. Same story you'll hear from a bunch of other washed-up old relics, I'm sure. We had a decent following in England, and we holed up in London from 31 to 36, spent most of our time slumming it around the East End, and picked enough Cockney to irritate the folks back home. He shakes his head. Truth be told, that whole chapter of my life is a bit of a blur. We didn't do it for the fans or the fame, and we sure as hell didn't care about money. All that mattered to us was staying young and drunk and happy. He takes a moment to examine his gnarled hands, a sad smile on his face. We managed the second two. Good God, where has the time gone? Dietrich shakes himself from his reverie and looks back up at you. That familiar, easy grin returns to his face. Well, anyway, boss, everything ends eventually, and I washed my hands of all this years ago, so let's change the subject if you don't mind. Well, how'd you get from fronting a band to running the Shadows? Wasn't as big a leap as you'd think. I already had a healthy disrespect for authority, and I had the magic to back it up. One nice thing about shamanism, as long as you keep your idol happy, it doesn't matter what else you do. The Dragon Slayer chose me to be his servant, and as long as I was scrapping with someone bigger than me, he didn't much care whether I did it on stage or the Shadows. Well, tell me about the Dragon Slayer. He shrugs. Not much to tell. He chose me when I was just a kid. I could always feel him in my heart, goading me to laugh louder, hit harder, and get rowdier than the rest. Of course, my family didn't understand, but to hell with him, I thought. I knew I was destined for greater things. So I listened to him, and I cracked the skulls of a lot of bad people. He saw this and was pleased and rewarded me with magic, and I used that magic to crack bigger, thicker skulls, and so on. He shrugs. It's a simple life, but a good one. I really like Dietrich. Any thoughts about that last run you'd like to share? Well, we found winners. That's something, I guess. This whole thing has me feeling uneasy, boss, but at least we have a direction to look in. Yeah. So long, Dietrich. He nods at you. Take it easy, boss. Let's, Oh, there's Iger. Oh, let's check the computer real quick. See if we can get our, we have no unread messages. Let's check the jobs directory. Okay, no active jobs. Let's check review notes. Nothing there. And, ooh, claim payment for sold data. Pending transaction. The Antiquities delivery schedule. 550. Okay, so 495 new yen. Cool. Sounds like a plan for... Look, sounds like a decent payoff to me. Now let's talk to Iger here. Iger turns to face you. There's a pained look on her face. Look, I owe you an apology. I'm listening. When Monica died, I was pissed. That probably doesn't come as a huge surprise, but I took that anger out on you, and I shouldn't have. Seeing Winter's body like that was enough to convince me. You couldn't have done anything to help Monica, and I couldn't have either. We're dealing with something new. Monica was a good friend of mine, and her death hurt. I got carried away, and I said some things I shouldn't have. I want to apologize for that. Her body relaxes. She begins to turn away. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Now, there are a few things that I want to say. She stops and turns back to face you. You can see the wariness behind her eyes. Well, go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. You know, she looks like a trollish version of Riku from FF10. You're a valued member of this team. You know, I remember reading in Monica's notes that we need to be kind of hard-lined with her, so... I accept your apology, but if you ever insult me in front of the team again, you're going to regret it, and that's a promise. She nods appreciatively. Some backbone. That's good to see. Don't worry, Wretch. I won't question your competence again, not in front of the others at least. But I won't lie, I still have concerns about you. What kind of well, she's always going to have concerns, I imagine. That's definitely your prerogative, but don't forget who leads this team. Don't worry, I won't. She turns away. You should go, fearless leader. I've got prep work to do for our next run, and you've got more important things to do than watch me pack my gear. Okay, so that's a little bit of headway made with Iger. Let's chat with Glory. Wretch, what do you need? I think we've done these before, but let's speed through them if anything new shows up. How are you holding up? Don't worry about me, I'm solid. You look like you're a million miles away. I'll be with you when it counts. Right now it doesn't. Okay, let's ask her personal questions, and she'll be no. Okay, same stuff. So Glory doesn't really have any new stuff to share. Let's actually check the stash. We got a lot of drugs. And an Ares Predator. We need to go buy a new rifle. And probably some upgrades to our other gear. But let's go ahead and chat with Blitz. By the way, guys, as you can see, I have altered the camera so it just follows me. Kind of like Diablo, so we don't do any of that, you know, move around, point and click type stuff. Blitz looks up at your approach. The table beside him is littered with cigarette butts, and a data jack cable dangles from a portable terminal set up by his side. Hey, Chief, you need something? Well, just checking in. You doing alright? His smile widens. Great, Chief. I'm doing just great. It's real nice to be able to wind down and relax for a change. No more worrying about this ganger or that ganger sneaking behind me and slipping a knife between my ribs. He slaps the table with a grin. It's a good change, Chief, I gotta say. Well, glad to hear it. We're happy to have you on the team. Of course you are. He gestures at himself with a flourish. What's not to be happy about? He's got an infectious personality. Well, now that you're all settled in, I got some questions for you. Blitz glances wistfully back at the terminal on the table, then turns back with a sigh of resignation. I suppose, but try and keep it short, okay, Chief? I've got things to do. How long were you in Dragonfall? I ended up there after the anarchist revolution of '39. I was just a kid back then, too young to realize how good I was, how much money I could have made working the shadows. He shakes his head, a wistful expression on his face. And so, being young and dumb, I fell in with the gang crowd, and that was that. Well, you were a member of a drug gang. Why should I trust you? That's very true. Why wouldn't you, Chief? I mean, just look at me. He does his best to give you a winning smile. I'm a trustworthy guy. Well, prove it. Tell me about the gang that you ran with. Well, I don't know all that much, Chief. I wasn't a member of the gang leadership or anything. Not really sure why you care either. Well, consider it a test. I need to know where your loyalties lie. He rolls his eyes. If that's what it'll take for you to trust me, fine. Anything for you, Chief. Well, where to begin? When I first arrived at Dragonfall, I spent some time taking in the lay of the land. The Schwarzherzen, and once again I apologize for butchering German, were still a pretty small gang, strictly street level, but I could see they were going places. I did a little pro bono decking for their leader, a fat little dwarf named Dieter. Soon enough, I was a part of the family. For a drug gang, the Schwarzherzen were decent enough folks. Made a lot of money with them, helped them take the hotel in the first place, made a lot of good years there. Then Dieter was killed in a firefight and our happy little family fell apart. And was that when the hotel got attacked? Blitz takes a deep breath, shifts his weight from one foot to another. Not exactly. The Schwarzherzen maintained their hold on Dragonfall, but the change of leadership was bad news for me. After Dietrich kicked the bucket, his second in command took over. She was a real piece of work. Called herself Leonie Luster. She had a vicious streak a mile long, and she was none too fond of me. Did she turn on you? Immediately. I don't know why. Maybe she felt threatened by my friendship with Dieter back before he ate that bullet. Or maybe she was just jealous of my rugged good looks. Who the hell knows? The point is, she went after me, vigorously. Within 24 hours of Dieter's death, I had a price on my head, and then the hotel got taken over. So that's what you need to know about the Schwarzherzen. They were a great gang, a powerful gang, and I helped to make them that way. And they had a management turnover, and everything went to hell. That sounds familiar. Blitz rocks back on his feet, his hands in his pockets. That's it. End of story. Anything else you want to talk about? Well, nothing else. I'm satisfied. That isn't it. There are some pretty big holes in that story. Come on, Chief. This is all ancient history. Wouldn't you rather talk about the future? The runs we're going to go on? All the money we're going to make? Blitz, tell me what happened between Luster putting the price on your head and the hotel getting attacked. I've ran with these guys before. I haven't ran with Blitz. Alright, Chief, fine. If that's what it's going to take to make you happy. So I was in a bind, right? The members of the Schwarzherzen who were loyal to Luster were all out for my blood, and none of the others were going to stick their necks out for me. The advantage of being a ganger is protection in numbers. When those numbers turn against you, you've got to get creative if you want to stay alive. Well, what did you do? Blitz taps the plastic of his data jack. What I had to. Luster declared war on me, so I retaliated, and I won. All without firing a shot. That's not an answer. Blitz sighs. You won't be satisfied until I spell it out, will you? Okay, fine. I hacked into Luster's computer and sent all of her information to a rival organization. Remember Frank from the hotel? He was my liaison. Ooh. They hit the Schwarzherzen and hit him hard, and then they took the hotel, and then they took me. I'll admit that plan backfired a little, so he brought the gang in. Well, You did what you had to do. In your place, I probably would have done the same. I mean, if they're gunning for you, reconciliation's probably not in the cards. Blitz lets out a sigh of relief. Thanks, Chief. I knew you'd understand. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to what I was doing, and gives you a lazy salute. We'll talk later, I'm sure. And Chief, I'm glad to be a member of the team. Alright, cool. And we got Dante following us. Let's go ahead and head to the booth. Actually, let's head to the gun vendor first and foremost. And we can sell off our wares. We'll talk to you in just a second, Mallet. I think the gun vendor was this way. It's going to be really hard to get... Oh, Kami. I never saw her before. I think Berlin has some new people in it. We're probably going to have to explore that here before too long. Gunrunner. And I already tipped you. Gave money to the ore. Okay, here he is. Gunari, welcome back. You need some weapons, some ammunition perhaps? Most definitely. Let's go ahead and sell some stuff first. Let's sell the Ares Predator. And sell all the drugs too. And we'll sell the AK because we have something new coming in. And Jazz. The advanced drone repair kit. And the frag grenade. We're not really a grenade thrower. Let's sell that. We got 3,687. Let's get a good rifle. Ruger 10S Smart Link. Oh, sniper rifle. We need a range combat of 4 to use it, though. Not sure if he'd be a sniper. Let's use the basic assault rifle with a smart link. Surprisingly good. It's for a straight 1,000. What else do you sell here? Nothing I could use. Let's go ahead and confirm that. Cool. Thank you very much, sir. Come on, Dante. He's a good boy. Now, let's head to Mallet. I believe that is all we need to talk to. We need to buy some med kits if we have the coin for it. See what we can purchase here. Welcome back. What can I do for you? Oh, we can give her the broken drone we got. I acquired this drone. Can you get it up and running again? Yeah, probably. Might take a bit of doing, though. I love working on these old corp drones. Can't make you any guarantees, but either way, it's on the house. I'll leave it in your hands. Thank you, Mallet. I'll start on it right now. See you later. Well, hang on a second. There was something else I wanted to talk with you about. She glances back up at you. Yeah? Go on. I'm listening. Let's, check this. What we can buy. Ooh, Rinraku's best deck. Easily modified for the streets. Let's buy that. Let's sell our old deck, which is the Sony. And we have room for 2 programs and 2 ESPs. What do we have? Erosion, Killer, and Medic. So we have room for 1 more program. So what should we get here? Killer and Medic. Let's do Blaster, an area effect matrix attacks that deals 50 IP damage to IC and Deckers. And wait, you have Bobs now, don't you? Yes, we can get Bobs. We can carry 2 of them. Let's get some offense and defense. So let's do the attacker Bob and the shield ESP. And we'll give them names in the matrix. Far out. Was that everything? Yeah, that's pretty much everything. That's going to leave us with not a lot of money, but we're fully stocked out. Let's confirm. Sweet. Okay, we can't get those from our stash yet. Sweet. Let's call that good then. Let's talk to Mallet. I'm looking for something that can play back a DVD/RW. Really? That is old tech. Very old, in fact. Just a moment, I'll go look. She turns to rummage through a bit of obsolete components at the back of her stall. She's a cute-looking dwarf. Ah, yes, here we are. The dwarf wrestles a mid-sized flat-screen display out of the bin. This display has enough old hookups to connect to a DVD player. RCA, you know. Vintage. Indeed. The player itself, though, this I don't have. You may wish to try your luck down at the junkyard. There's a scavenger there, a primitive man with a crude disposition. If anyone here in the Cruise Bazaar can help you find your DVD player, he can, but he'll most certainly attempt to overcharge you for it. She takes a deep breath and smiles up at you. But you're not here for gossip. Shall we conclude our business? I'll give you the display for, say, 200 new yen? Oh yeah, that's right. Paul Amsel said to charge it to his account. Oh, very well. I'll have it packaged up and delivered to Herr Amsel straight away. Best of luck finding your DVD reader. I wish you well. Cool. So look for a DVD player at the junkyard. Which I suppose is this way. Actually, let's take the other path. This looks to be the quicker way. I actually do like the camera being centered. Makes us focus more on exploration. Okay, there's the gun runner. And... oh, okay, this must be the junkyard. It's not much of a junkyard. Okay, what's his name? Shrotty. A stout old man looks up from whatever old tech he's tinkering with to squint at you through thick, old-fashioned glasses. He pushes it up with an oil-stained finger as he straightens up to nod at you. He speaks with a gruff but well-meaning tone, heavily accented with German tonality. Guten Tag. What can I do for you? Well, Mallet tells me you're the man to speak to about DVDs. Little Shrew sent you my way, huh? Shrotty's smile broadens. Well, wonders never cease. Well, introductions are in order, I suppose. Shrotty Bookman at your service. The old man raises a grimy hand in salute. Need something salvaged? Some old components? I'm indeed your man. Wonderful. How about that DVD player? Well, let's see. I think I've got something that'll work for you. Shrotty rummages through the junk heaped on the table beside him. A few seconds later, he snatches a battered plastic lozenge shape from the pile. Ah, here we go. An old Korean player that I dug up last week. 2010 model. A real beauty. Shrotty's smile broadens and he gives you a conspiratorial wink. I fixed her up and got her running, but without any discs to read, I've mostly been using her as a paperweight. Sounds like that's what I'm looking for. How much do you want for it? Shrotty glances back at the DVD player, a rueful expression on his face. Well, I'll admit, I'm a little loath to part with her. There are plenty of folks out there who'd really appreciate an older player such as this, and I don't know what your intentions are for it. Wow, that never goes out of style. The classic sell. I suppose given the time and trouble I took to put her back together, that I'd be willing to part for let's say... Shrotty's eyes dart over your gear, a calculated expression on his face. About 500 new yen? Holy crap. I'm short on cash right now. Could I offer you something in trade? The old man pauses for a moment, considering. I tell you what, a few months ago I had, well, call it a difference of opinion with that Buragazi fellow from the soy calf shop. He hasn't let me into his establishment since, and I'd sell my mother for a decent cup of coffee. You get me a cup of Turkish coffee, the real stuff, not that fake junk, and I'll give you the DVD player. Sound like a deal? Okay, deal. I guess we'll go back and see, what was his original name? I forgot what his first name was. And I believe he is down here in this area of the Cruise Bazaar. Am I right? Ah, here he is. He's right next to the magic shop. I do not remember what his first name was. Altug. That was his name. The Turk leans into you, keeps his voice low. I have information regarding that matter my people were looking for, into Effendi. The one involving the surveillance device on my data tap. Altug, I've been waiting for my coffee for nearly an hour already. Are you growing the beans out back? The coffee vendor shouts. Can't you see that I'm speaking to an honored guest, you tower of quivering corpulence? His voice lowers again. Now then, as I was saying, we were fortunate that you happened upon that surveillance tap when you did. The people on the other end were planning a very bad thing, to be sure. Very bad thing? Quite bad, yes. Monica Schaefer was an important member of this community. More than most were aware of, this Kais was under her protection. You know how it is in the Flux, Effendi. The governance of a place like this is tenuous at best. You never know who's going to be in charge from one day to the next. But Monica was a stabilizing force, and not because she was dangerous. She was smart and funny and wise, and she had a way with people. They wanted to support her, to follow her, because they loved her. Yeah, Monica was a cult of personality. When she was killed, it left an opening for others. It would have meant bloodshed and pain if this council had been allowed to continue their plan, but they did not. We saw to it, you and I. Oh, I bet Altuk had them killed. Let's just go ahead and, let's assume that something bad happened to them. Indeed we did, Altuk. The Cruise Bazaar will maintain its stability a while longer thanks to us, my friend. Now, what can I do for you, Effendi? Would you like some coffee, perhaps? Coffee? As in real coffee, not soy calf? Yes, for individuals of refined taste, I offer genuine bean coffee from my native Turkey. The cafe owner looks at you in the eye. The tone of his voice grows low and serious. This is a top-shelf item, my friend, and not for the general public. Only those few discerning connoisseurs who can properly appreciate it. I think I'm the sort who can appreciate it. Tell me about the Turkish coffee. It is a hand-picked by my family in Turkey, a true delicacy of the Sixth World. This was considered a luxury even before the Awakening, when the bean coffee was everywhere. Every street corner, they say. I can confirm that. Buragazi leans in close, lowering his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. Long hours in the shop had perfumed his body with the commingled scents of coffee, incense, and applewood tobacco. Trust me, if your coffee experience has been limited to soy calf, you must not deny yourself this opportunity. You will see God. I have never drank a cup of coffee that good. Alright, you sold me. How much? This is a specialty item, delivered at some cost. I can't part with it with less than 50 new yen a cup. Ooh, holy crap. Alright, deal. That's better than 500. Very good. Buragazi hands you a ceramic travel mug, which he then fills to the brim with dark, steaming liquid. The scent is intoxicating. Is there anything more that I can get for you? I'm sure he'd kill me if I asked for cream and sugar. Just killing time. I'll be going now. Excellent. Come on, Dante. Let's go drop off this coffee and see if we can get that DVD player. Hopefully he doesn't try and swerve me and I just bought coffee for nothing. If so, me and him are going to have a chat. And he's back up here. Okay, Shradi. Shradi looks up at you from his work and nods. Hello again, Mynheer. I'm a bit busy, but what can I do for you? I'm back for my DVD player. Well, it ain't yours yet, but I've got it right here. Been keeping it warm for you. Now, you got my coffee, or do you have the 500 new yen? Hand him the coffee. I got that coffee for you. Oh, thank you. Shradi gratefully accepts the coffee, then snaps the lid back and inhales deeply, wiggling his mustache as he processes the scent. Yep, that's the real stuff, alright. Shradi gingerly picks up the ancient device from the table and presses it into your hands. The plastic is scuffed and worn, and it rattles a bit when you move it. Give her some good use, okay? Sweet. So, oh, we got a point of karma from that. We have 212 new yen left, so that could be better. But we did get the DVD player, and we'll head back in the next episode and hand it off to Paul and see what the next leg of this journey takes us. But if you liked the video, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. That'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.